This is the What Are We Doing? Phillies postgame show.
That was fun. No, it wasn't. What am I watching? There are so many problems with this team. So many. What part do you not understand? I don't care. I really don't care.
Here's your host, Kevin Flannery, and guest, Mark Fishman.
Well, this team sucks. The only good thing about today is you guys get a new intro. Grandpop's here. Hi, Grandpop.
Hi, Kev. Happy to be here. Unhappy to have the discussion be about another loss.
The team that has the worst record in the sport.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
Worst record in the sport, which is so fun. Caleb gave us some notes, and I don't even need to talk exactly about this game. Painter's got a 5 ERA. Wheeler's got only one start with 2 earned runs. Nola's got a 6 ERA. Luzardo's almost got a 7 ERA. Sanchez has got just a 3, and Walker had a 9 and got released.
And on top of that, they can't hit. So that adds up to the worst record in baseball.
Hitters: Bohm, 412 OPS. Crawford, 655. Trey, 658. Harper and Schwarber have the same exact OPS at 864.
Yeah, well, those two guys are doing okay. The problem is, you look at what the Phillies did during this off season, and no argument with re-signing Schwarber, but I think you're going to see that JT's older, more subject to injury, which he's been now twice, and no real plan for catcher, because Marchand, he's capable behind the plate.
Yeah, the Braves beating the Phillies today 6-2, and just not great performance. The offense had 2 hits.
Right, and Schwarber's home run, yeah, it's there, but it didn't mean anything. And Turner gets a ground ball hit and misses a play in the first inning that he should have made. And Sale, who was it? Was it Reyes hit a line drive back there? I thought he was going to take his head off, and luckily he threw his glove up and caught it, to the shock of everybody, including him. And that start of the game really soured everything.
It's like we could talk about the fact that 2 guys are doing well, but there's a few little things. Number one, Aaron, there's not a Phillies pitcher yet this season to go 7 innings.
I know, and they said that's the first time since 1901 in the postgame show.
I'm very happy that we're now setting bad records again.
Yeah. So also, it'd be one thing if they were doing well this year, but when you see them do so poorly, and then you think ahead and you think of these contracts and the decline of the players, oh my God, what in the world are they going to do? We're going to sit here and watch terrible baseball for the next decade.
And we're sitting here watching your 8 and 9 hitter. Dylan Moore does not have a hit yet for the team. He's batting.
Why was he playing?
I have no idea.
Why? It almost like when I looked at this lineup and I said, okay, so you're giving up on today's game.
And then Marchand is batting .098.
Marchand is the mistake is not to have a backup catcher. And when we talked about this before the season, I said I would have kept Stubbs and let Marchand go. Stubbs has more. He's not a good defensive catcher, but he can put his bat on the ball. He can run, and he has some spark, some inspiration to the team. Marchand has none of that.
So anybody can do better than Marchand at ABS calling. Marchand is terrible on the ABS system. He can't.
Well, I thought he was mostly right today, wasn't he?
No, well, I don't know. I don't know if it was today. The batters got everything right today. But there was one
Yeah.
call he made earlier in this game, and he's made consistently, where he doesn't figure out what's high and what's not. He makes it doesn't even show you the measurement. It's so far off. That's how you know it's a problem. It doesn't even show him the measurement, and it's just that annoys me the most. I'm like, dude,
Well,
he's not
this
even
game
close.
this game set a record for ABS challenges.
The umpire was that bad.
There were 9. There were 9 challenges, and I think 6 were
Correct.
6 were correct.
One thing also the Phillies lack, for some reason their scoreboard doesn't show how many ABS challenges are remaining.
What do you mean? On the TV screen?
On the TV, yeah. It doesn't show how many ABSs remain, but the rest of the league all shows that.
Do they really?
Yeah, the Dodgers show it, the Guardians show it, a bunch of teams show it. I don't know why we're behind.
At the end of the game, that's when I saw the 9 challenges. They put it up there. And that was the only time. That's the only time they showed it.
They only flash it at short period of time. Now that's something we can fix.
Yeah, well, that's up to the TV people.
Compared to this whole team who's 4-16 in their last 20 games, like it's not looking good. Caleb put this in here, which I think is interesting. A free agent signing last year was just a starting pitcher in the offseason. We didn't sign him. He's Foster Griffin for the Washington Nationals. 2.67 ERA, 1.07 WHIP in 33 innings. More innings than any Phillies player other than Sanchez. Great.
And
he signed for 1 year.
Him?
No. He signed for 1 year, $5 million with the Nationals.
Oh, in other words, we could have signed him.
We could have signed him. And this is where we are. The best pitcher in the team right now is this Surgert guy who actually didn't pitch poorly, but doesn't matter when Nola only goes 4.1 with 100 innings or 100 pitches. And Ben Davis said it best. He goes, we get paid, he said for this, he gets paid to be an analyst, and he has no idea what to say anymore.
Yeah, well, what do you think about Nola? I don't think, my opinion is they can't just throw this guy out there see the same thing happening.
I feel like there's gonna have to be like some phantom IL stint or something. Same thing with Alec Boehm at this point. But this whole I don't know what my problem is I really don't know what to do about it.
Well, they don't know what to do either. And if you listen to Rob Thompson after the game, when the press corps there was asking him questions, he said, well, I don't know. We're going to have to discuss this on the plane on the way back. So they are all aware of the problem as everybody else who watches this team, but they don't know what to do either. So that's the biggest problem.
Would you be a fan of anybody getting fired tomorrow with the off day?
Who would they fire? Thompson?
Thompson, the hitting coach, pitching coach. I just,
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Because
it's hard to say. Thompson is a good leader of the club. I think we've discussed this in the past, but I think he's a terrible game day manager. I think he's bad with the lineup. And why, when he recognized that Nola was doing poorly again, why did he leave him in there for 6 runs?
I'm assuming it was because they just want him to try to eat up innings. I think it looked like they kind of quit on the game by the time the lineup was submitted, like you said. They need some guy to go longer into the game because the bullpen is getting destroyed.
That's true, but if you see that he's got nothing, he lets up 3 or 4 runs, and you decide, well, I'm going to keep him in there, and then he lets up 6 runs, and
then we still keep him in there.
Yeah, they still keep him in there, and they're pretty much out of it. And then how many runs did the bullpen give up for the rest of the game?
None.
Okay. Well, why didn't they pull him earlier? And again, with the lineup, it just seems like, okay, well, we're going to lose today.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do. He said they might talk about lineup thing. I will say one thing though. They will not come home to a warm welcome from the crowd.
Yeah. And guys like certainly Bohm is going to.
They're gonna get the
Bohm's
Sidney
going to
Crosby
hear
treatment.
it. Yeah. Yeah, except it's your own player.
Except it's your own player. Well, maybe we'll turn it around at some point, but thank you for joining me on this depressing episode where we're just trying to get out of here.
You're asking me on such an upbeat day.
Well, again, like I've been saying for everybody every time I do one of these podcasts, enjoy watching the Flyers because even though they lost yesterday, they still are more entertaining than this team. So, Flyers tomorrow night, but normally people listen to this the day after. So, if you're listening to it, Flyers tomorrow night. Oh, I forgot to mention, I never talked since Walker got canned. So, thank God he's gone.
Yeah, so far that's the only good thing this season. Is
Yes.
we don't have to watch him pitch. Now it seems like when Nola comes in, it's the same thing.
It's the new version of Walker,
Correct.
who had an over 2 whip, which is so bad.
Yeah.
Which is so
And
awful. Well,
And there's nothing to do with Nola.
yeah. So for most people that are watching and probably listening to this tomorrow, maybe you're listening to it once I get this up in like 10 minutes. So maybe you'll hear this before. Go watch the Sixers game because I'm that desperate. I'm wearing a Sixers jersey. Then, if not, watch the Flyers game on Monday night when the Phillies have an off day, and then we'll all be back here to mourn the game on Tuesday. Hopefully not, but who knows?
Thanks for setting up my future.
Well, have a good night, everyone, and I will see you very soon.